What is going on, Foodie Gang? What is going on? Can y'all hear me okay? But you are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang Season 3, Episode 117. We are just chugging away. So if you have missed any episodes, be sure to go back and check them out. All of the episodes are going to be available on my YouTube channel at 9:07. Good eats. And let me get that banner scrolling across the screen. Hit the like button and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. You can keep the stove on by sending a super chat or a cash app to Chef Big Bang 31. Join my food group on Facebook, Foodie Gang fan page. Follow me on my social media platforms down below. And I do not have merch on today, but I do have merch available. So the link, I will drop that link for the merch, but check it out, check it out. And I'm gonna shout out some of the foodie gang that is in the building already. And we got G Honda. If you guys are on YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channels. His YouTube channel, I believe he only has one, unless you tell me otherwise, G Honda. Talking about health and wellness and also about football. And he gave me a really good recipe that I plan to make tomorrow. I wanted to have that video already set up before I got here, but your girl had to do some research on this FDA ban and we had to get to it. So I didn't have time, but Jihanda, I plan to make the recipe that you gave me tomorrow. And we gotta let her cook 701 in the building. How are you doing? How are you doing? We have the frugal adventures of Lisa and Co. She said, "Hi everyone. Last night I made a $9 meal, and I love when Lisa's able to join in on those episodes where we're doing the budget friendly meals because she can share her experience with saving money and sticking to the budget. You guys make sure y'all check out her YouTube channel as well for more money saving tips. And y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and do a night process. Okay, so yesterday, while I was on live, there was breaking food news. And that news, and shout out to Emperor for bringing this to my attention. He was absolutely correct in what he said. I did my research. Emperor know what he's talking about, but I gotta say allegedly until I confirm it myself. I have been investigating. Shout out to the Food Gang investigative team, which is just me, but I'll be investigating. This is what happened. The breaking news was that the FDA has banned food, or sorry, red number 3 food dye from our food and our drugs, and it will take effect in 2027 and 2028. For drugs, 2028, and then for food, 2027. I said, Emperor, thank you so much, but I gotta go do my research and really confirm it. Y'all, I confirmed it, and it, I went, y'all know how I do when I do my research and when I investigate, and I found out about a lot of stuff, and we are going to learn a lot today together. Um, there's just so much to learn about food, and there's no way for us to know everything. And so many times when we go into the grocery store, we're just picking up items, not really knowing everything about it. But I have compiled a video going back to the history and the beginning of red number 3 food dye. And there are so many other food dyes that are banned around the world, but not banned in the US. This red number 3 dye is the start of it, but I believe that with RFK Jr. coming into office or being a part of Donald Trump's cabinet and being over the FDA, he is going to make a lot of changes. And I believe the FDA is stepping. They got to it because they know he was going to come in office. But that's my opinion. Okay, so before we get to any of the content today, we are gonna read the disclaimer for this channel, and then I'm gonna show you guys the Facebook group again. We're gonna look at some food. We're gonna get hungry, and then we're gonna hop into the content. Um, if any of you guys have any questions or if anyone wants to join the panel, let me know and I'll drop that link for you. But y'all, my work is definitely cut out for me because I'll literally be in a live talking about something and somebody will come through with some news and some more stuff that I gotta research and look into. And before I confirm or deny anything, I like to do my research and I will go on various different websites. And y'all know how I do. If you were here yesterday with the Krabby bags, the seafood boil from a TikTok shop, I'll go to the website. I'll go to TikTok. I'll go to the comment section. I am just, you know what's so funny? I am nosy in real life, so this YouTube job is perfect for me because I am nosy and I be having so many questions already. So this is perfect for me. Um, but we are gonna get into the disclaimer, and y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Information is scrolling across the screen, but let's get into this disclaimer. And y'all, I've been up so late researching and making this video for you guys. I'm tired, but we're gonna get through this because this information has to get out there to the public. And the band literally, they announced the band yesterday. Yesterday. So in one day time, I did all my research. So this is breaking food news, so I had to get right up onto it. Even if I'm tired, look, I got my coffee. Okay, but here we go. Okay. Welcome to 907 Good Eats. Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up to date information, we cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel, excuse me, is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third party content featured on our channel. All third party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer discretion is advised for all content. Okay, y'all. So now that we got that out of the way, we are going to get into the food group. And haven't had much time this morning to look at the food group. So this opportunity is perfect. And let me move some things around. Move some things around. Okay, so good on that. All right. So yes, I reported on Trump and I talked about some of the changes that were coming to the FDA in 2025. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought a lot of these changes were going to happen once Trump got inaugurated, but they kind of just like, we know this is coming, let's just get to it. And I believe that this is going to be like a domino effect. We're going to see a lot of food dyes be banned, but honestly, Foodie Gang, they need to be banned. And if that means that our food will not be as bright, who cares? Who cares? Because right now, we are in a situation where everyone's very unhealthy. The healthcare situation is a mess. And so the ban needs to happen. We need to eat safer food. And once I show you guys some of the information that I gathered, it is honestly, in my opinion, a shame that this red number three dye was not banned a long time ago. Like there's absolutely no excuse for why it took so long. I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into all that, I see this topic right here get me emotional because it makes you mad when you see so many things being done that are just really uncalled for. So here is the Facebook group, Foodie Gang fan page. 2.6 members, but we are waiting on you to join. And that's us. That's us. Ooh, this looks good. This is a chicken salad. And she said, I had to go get me another chicken salad. So I'm seeing crispy onions. That looks like cut up chicken strips, cheese, cucumbers, tomatoes, and it looks like romaine with some bread and some eggs. That's, yeah. I wonder what type of dressing she used. Yeah. I'm trying to eat more salads, and then the other day I did make salads, and shout out to Angela coming through. Hey, Angela, welcome back, welcome back. Shout out to Angela because I've been going live a lot, and she's always here moderating. Even if she's busy, she'll pop in and out, always holding it down. We talked about the LA wildfires, which we are going to be doing a part two this weekend. I'm working on getting all my thumbnails set up. And look, somebody sending me a message. I'm working on getting all my thumbnails set up. I did make them. I just have to get them set up on the platform. But she was here during the LA wildfires. She was here yesterday when we talked about the Krabby bags. And I believe she was there at dinner too. Weren't you there at dinner when I made the meal or I showed you guys how to feed your family for $9? So shout out to Angela. Thank you so much. I know I go live at various times. So I just appreciate when you guys, show up to the lives. Okay, and then we got flavors of Dune here. Looks like some rice. I'm not sure what that meat is. And some onions. It is, for me, I like seeing what other people around the world eat. Okay, so let me ask y'all this. One has to go. Kiwis, bananas, apples, or watermelon? Okay, thank you, Angela, for the clarification. And then Angela said, I caught the tuna helper replay. And then I appreciate that too, because watching on the replay helps keep us strong in the algorithm. Angela, oh, Angela, you read my mind. Now they gonna be mad because they gonna be like, "How y'all black?" And I'm like, "Watermelon." I feel like for me personally, I have had a lot of bad watermelon in my life, and it kind of just turned me off. But I'm definitely gonna say watermelon. Let's see what the chat said. Okay, I said watermelon a year ago, and I just reshared this post. So I wonder, how do we? But yes, watermelon has to go. I actually really like apples and bananas. A lot of the times, I'll eat my apples with peanut butter, and then kiwis. I just feel like with kiwis, you just can't eat too much. Okay, here's how we. So those are the older comments, and this is how we get to the new comments. Let me click this and see if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it? Okay, there we go. It's like a little bit of a delay, but I have my tablet up and I'm looking at it, so it's a little bit of a delay. But sometimes when I click stuff, it won't come up for you guys. Someone said tout. I don't know what that means. And then someone said kiwis. Patrick said love those apples, kiwis. Deanna said hard choice, but since watermelon is only a brief time in the summer, guess I will have to do without that one. And someone said bananas can't stand the texture. I've never heard that before. I have never heard that before. And you know what? I'm like the opposite. I feel like watermelons have a weird texture. So that's just but you see with food, you hear just so many different opposing opinions. And Angela said, I only buy watermelon in season, and it has to have a big yellow area on the underside. Yes, my mom would have a tough time picking out watermelon. So she asked my dad, she was like, how do I pick out a watermelon? Because every time I get one, it's bad. And then what he said was like, you have to knock on it. And if you hear a hollow sound, that's how you know it's good. And the bigger the yellow patch, the better. And my dad always picked out good watermelon. But I ate watermelon as a kid, but now as an adult, I just don't like it. They say that your taste buds change every 10 years. And Tom said, can't do it, love them all. And Rose said, well, sorry, none of, because I eat all of them, but watermelon only when ripe during summer. But apples and peanut butter is my favorite little snack. And when you eat apples and peanut butter, it's like perfect because you don't feel guilty. And y'all, okay, so Taco Bell is releasing the Milk Bar birthday cake churros on February 20th, priced at $1.99. Well, I'm gonna say this: if they got red number 3 diet food dye in there, they better reformulate their recipe because it ain't gonna work. But this don't for $1.99. I wonder how many you get for $1.99. And what is Milk Bar? I've never heard of that before. So it's a birthday cake churro available nationwide from February 20th to March 5th, priced at $1.99 for a single churro or $2.99 for two. Okay. So you pay $2 for one or $4 for two. I wonder how big they are. And okay, here's a little dot picture. It says yellow corn crunchy taco shell. Okay. Ooh. I would get it to try it for y'all. Are y'all eating these? And the Milk Bar must be like some type of ice cream shop. We definitely don't have that in Alaska. My daughter loves churros. They definitely are her go-to snack. Ooh, smothered pork chops and eggs. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's see what he made. Let's see what he made. It's a little bit dark. Okay, so if you are a food content creator and you're at home, or you don't have to be at home, but if you're a food content creator, I would advise you that you invest in a ring light. A ring light, you can get one at Walmart for like 20 or $30. They're really inexpensive. They last for a long time. You could adjust it. I always use a ring light when I'm in the kitchen and they work wonders. But I recommend that you get a ring light. You don't even have to just be a food content creator, but if you want to create content, a ring light is definitely needed just to put more light on you so that you can be seen. Like when I take my pictures and I'm in the kitchen cooking, I use a ring light. And honestly, I need to get more ring lights or another ring light so it can be even brighter. But you're gonna need a lot of light. And even when I use my ring light, I'll use the flash on my phone. But lighting is very important. And I don't know what type of meat this is, and I even asked in the comment section, like, what are we looking at here? Ooh wee. I can't tell what type of meat this is. I don't know. Ooh, and then this looks so good. Okay, I don't know if the music is playing or not. Okay, but it's quick me time, no kids, happy day. I know that's right. And look at this. Creamy penne Alfredo with chicken and broccoli. This picture right here make you wanna hop in the screen and take a bite. So this looks so good. It's making my mouth like water, and broccoli and pasta is so good together. Okay, so this is dessert day in Korea. I wonder what that was. Oh my god, everything looks so yummy and so good. And honestly, their desserts really look kinda similar to ours, you know? Except well, okay, we know what those are. Those are good, y'all. They do carrot cake there? I didn't know that. Okay, dessert is looking good. And this is some type of soup, and it's in another language, so this is definitely somewhere else in the world. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, it says, "Hi, we're gonna cook cacao soup. Non-fried okra soup. This is the best ever." I'm gonna be honest with y'all, foodie gang. If y'all been rocking with me, you know how I feel about okra, and I'm definitely not a fan of okra. I had okra, and I just had a really bad experience with it. You know how you eat something, you have a bad experience, and you don't want to eat it no more? That's exactly what happened with me and okra, and so but people love okra. I've never tried fried okra, but like I said, when you eat something and you have a bad experience, you don't wanna eat it no more, and you kinda feel scarred, you know what I'm saying? And this is Mr. P. He is always cooking breaded chicken strips, fries, country gravy, and bread on a Wednesday night. And Mr. P said that he eats once a day, and he's always eating breakfast for dinner. And I just think it's a great idea. Breakfast is just so good. I'm glad that he loves breakfast as much as I do. Okay, and Rose said, loving this protein. Now that looks good. Loving this protein coffee, creamachino, chino. That's it, all right. Now this looks really good. I definitely need to get cups like this. But it's all about the presentation, and she has a well lit area. And the food tourist makes a really amazing videos. And they're like the faceless videos where your face is not in there, but it's just, you doing the work. But he makes really amazing videos, and he always makes different foods from around the world. Angela said you can only eat a small amount of fried, steamed, or raw okra. If you Google it, okra is a natural laxative. Oh my, I did not know that, but that explains why when I ate it, someone had made a gumbo soup for me, and bless this woman's heart, she was an amazing cook, but I just did not like the okra in the gumbo. And me and my sister had the runs. We had the runs. And so the fact that you said okra is a natural laxative, that makes sense why our stomach was hurting so bad and we kept going to the bathroom. I did not know that. Ooh, it makes sense. See, ooh, yeah, I ate that okra, my whole stomach felt like it was finna fall out of my body. Man, and this happened when I think I had to be like 17 years old. And I will never forget how bad my stomach hurt after I ate that okra. And it was just so slimy. Oh my goodness. Somebody has to make okra for me, and it has to be good to convince me that okra is okay. But yes, I had a bad experience with it. Once you have a bad experience with a food, you're not gonna want to eat it no more. But it was so terrible. Oh my goodness. And papaya and apple smoothie. I definitely need to make a smoothie for today. That is definitely the plan and definitely the goal. I've been trying to eat salad more. What I do, which is very terrible, you guys should not do this. I do a lot of like late night snacking. So I made a big salad and I'm eating salad instead of like the bad stuff. So that's my plan. And Angela said, "Yep, it happened to me before. I only eat 3 or 4 slices of cooked okra." But you know what, Angela? I kind of feel like if you're serving something like that and you know that, you should tell people. Because what if somebody eats a big old bowl of, and she put a lot of okra in this gumbo. I mean, the whole gumbo was slimy. I feel like it was like a fear factor meal. But I feel like if you are putting a natural laxative in your food, a lot of it, you should tell people when they eat it so they don't eat too much or they know that they finna be going to the bathroom, something. some type of warning or something. And then this is Tom. It looks like he has some type of like pork or beef with some shrimp and some rice. It looks like the beef, or I think it's beef. It looks like it's cooked in verde. Tom always got his beard no matter what. And this is Chef Shirley. She was on the show recently. We did an interview and we got to meet her. And yeah, she was a great guest. And she said, "My past truly made me who I am today. Lord, keep guiding my footsteps in the way you have for me to go." And this is her journey. And we all got a journey. We all got like a lot of things that we've been through. And then that's why, always be thankful for what you have. Be happy, be content. Let me pull up that link for you guys about Trump and the FDA. I'm gonna drop that link and then we're gonna get into the content here pretty soon. But yes, I ate that okra, y'all. I was hurting. I don't think I've ever eaten okra since that day. I haven't. I refuse to. When I was in the kitchen, we would have this recipe that was like corn, okra, and tomatoes, and I would cook it. But I refuse to eat okra just because of that experience. Okay, so we talked about the changes that were coming to the FDA that Trump was gonna make because he was gonna, I think it's the Attorney General. It's gonna be RFK Jr. and he is going to make some big changes to the FDA. Once Trump gets into office, he will be on the cabinet and he's gonna make some big changes to the FDA. But what we heard yesterday and what we saw yesterday is the FDA jumped the gun and they have completely banned food, or sorry, I keep saying food, red number three food dye. And so, do you guys think that they knew changes were coming and so they just got to it? And Angela said, I think a lot of cooks don't know that about okra. Maybe that that could be true. And if you're someone who grew up eating okra, I don't think it would affect you as nearly as much as someone who's just trying okra for the first time. But we was affected. We was affected, and we have not eaten okra since that day, and we are never gonna forget that experience when we ate the okra. Imma put my headphones on. Okay, so we were live yesterday. We were talking about seafood boil bags from the TikTok shop. There was breaking news while we were live on air. The FDA has banned food number three, or red number three food dye, right? That announcement was given to me. I said, I gotta go do my research. I gotta go see and you know what I'm saying, learn all about it. I have done that. This was banned on the 15th. We are on here on the 16th, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. But food, or I keep saying that this particular food dye didn't just didn't just get here. It's been around for decades. For decades. And they knew about it. Let me get the disclaimer up. Because I'm finna talk about somebody. Okay? Let me get the disclaimer up because I'm finna talk about somebody. This food dye has been here for decades, more than 30 years. And the research that was conducted on the safety of this red number 3 food dye was done a long time ago. And they knew about everything. Even so much so that this certain dye is already banned for certain items. But they continue to let this food dye be put into the food, even while they knew about it. Now, the disclaimer rolling across the screen, I read it to y'all before we got here. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes. But I want you guys to watch these videos and I want you to tell me what you think. And Angela said, I am glad they banned red dye number 3. Maybe now soon get healthier food and medication like Canada and Europe. And we also need to ask ourselves, because I had no idea about this until I started this platform. I had no idea that some of the foods that we eat here in the US are banned in other places around the world. Are we not all humans? Why is it unsafe for them to eat, but okay for us to eat? Why? Why? And I talked about it before. RFK Jr. is finna come and be on Trump's cabinet when Trump gets inaugurated. And he's gonna be over the FDA. And he's already talking about the changes that he wants to make. Watch this video down below to get the full recap on RFK Jr. so you can like follow along and know what we're talking about. I am following this situation closely and I got my eye on it, y'all. But okay. So the first thing I did when I started researching is I went to TikTok and I typed in red number 3 dye because I wanted to confirm what Emperor had told me yesterday. When you guys give me facts, I have to confirm them before I can bring them to you guys. So I typed in red number 3 food dye on TikTok. A lot of videos came up. And in some of those videos, they mentioned the year 1935 and 1958. And I said, "What?" So this prompted me to do some research and take a deep dive. And today I'm going to share that research with you guys. And we are all going to learn something that we did not know today. Sup, Freezy? Sup, Freezy? You know, I'm up here investigating. I got the scoop. This ban just went down yesterday, and I'm here on the 16th to report and tell y'all the history. And I'm going to take y'all to the year 1935 and 1958. So, and he said, "Hey, sis, interesting topic." And you know what, Freezy? There's so much stuff that I didn't know until I started, until I became a YouTuber and started researching and really looking up stuff. I will go to the FDA website. I'll go to the news station, y'all. I'll be up in here investigating. Okay, so I was looking up videos, and then I heard cosmetics, and then I heard 1935. I'm like, what? So y'all already know, hit the like button on your way in. We finna get into the content, and I'm finna show y'all We're gonna travel in time first, and we're gonna go back to the beginning, before the ban. Because if this dye has been around for years, that means that they already knew about it, right? And we are just finding out about it. But a lot of our foods have this is allegedly but if you know, you know. A lot of our foods that we see that are these vibrant colors and really attractive to the kids have dyes in them. And when you consume those dyes over a period of time, it is not good for anybody, in my opinion. But let's get into it. Okay, this is the reason behind the FDA's ban on red number 3 food dye. This is a video compilation. I went and got different news articles, different videos, and I did my research, y'all. So this is before the ban because they just banned this in 2025. How long has Skittles been around? How long has red candy been around? For forever, right? Forever. Okay, let me see. Okay, I just hit a button. Okay, there we go. All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see everything? Okay. In 1938, cosmetic law, part of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, empowered the FDA to regulate the safety of food, drugs, and cosmetics, and protecting consumers from harmful products and misleading claims. It required manufacturers to demonstrate product safety before marketing, establishing higher public health standards and forming the foundation of today's safety regulations in cosmetics and health. So, what this means is that in 1938, they passed the cosmetic law to help regulate cosmetics and to make things safer. 1938. We're in 2025. So ask yourself, well, Big Bang, what does that have to do with it? Just wait, there's more. So, 1938, that law was passed. And shame on the FDA, in my opinion. You know what? I'm glad RFK Jr. finna get into office or be on the cabinet and he gonna change some things around, in my opinion, but we're gonna have to wait and see what the facts are. Okay, so in 1958, the Delaney Clause was key legislation for food additive safety in the U.S., banning any additive linked to cancer in humans or animals. It addressed public concern over food safety and influenced strict testing for new additives, sparking debates on balancing innovation and safety in food regulation. So, 1938, the original cosmetics law was passed. 1958, the Delaney Clause was passed and it kind of added on to that already law. Do y'all hear these years? And so they're saying in 1958, they was worried about the additives in the food. Well, what happened? What happened? They don't care. Let me get this fair use up here. We're gonna get that scrolling across the screen. Um, Here we go, y'all. I just I was shocked to find all this out.
Fun fact about the beauty industry that every woman should be aware of. So in 1938, the US Congress created the FD&C Act, or the Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act, to govern the safety of beauty and personal care products, which sounds great in theory, but the reality is that from 1938 to 2016, they only banned 11 ingredients from our personal care products. Then in 2016, 19 more ingredients were added, which again sounds great, but the reality is that all of those ingredients were used in antibacterial soap. More than that, neither the FD&C Act or the FDA require companies to test their ingredients in their cosmetic products for safety before they can be sold to consumers. So that's good.
You know, the scary thing about this is women, women and in cases men for TV or stuff like that. They're putting these things on their, or I said things, cosmetics on their face, and there is very loose regulations about these cosmetics, even despite the cosmetic law that was passed in 1938.
So basically, there is like no regulation, very little regulation over the beauty and personal care products that we use, that we put on our skin, that we put on our bodies every single day. We can be sold so many things under the illusion or the assumption that it's safe because it's in a bottle on a shelf for consumption.
Listen to this. In 1938, the US passed the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. It would help.
And she is absolutely right. When we go to the store and we're buying things off the shelf, we feel like they are safe just because they're on the shelf. You know, when it says like FDA tested, USDA approved, you know, if it's food, cosmetics, it'll say FDA. So you feel like it's safe. But if that law was passed years ago and they're just now banning something in 2025, in my opinion, can we trust them? Can we trust them? And okay, so they banned certain additives and they banned red number 3 dye for makeup, but we were still allowed to ingest it and put it into our food. Do y'all see what's going on here? And Honda, what's going on? Y'all make sure y'all head over to Honda's channel. I'm gonna be making your recipe tomorrow, Honda. Already got the thumbnail. I got the ingredient list. So we're gonna be making his recipe tomorrow. Um, it's a crazy world out here, but let's play the video and let's get back into it. She is talking about the cosmetic law that was passed in 1938. And here we are in 2025. This is why I said we have to go into the history because the things that are happening in today's time did not start today. There is a history with everything.
Regulate the ingredients in food, drugs, and cosmetics. But here's the crazy part. It's only had one significant amendment since it was passed in 1938. That was over 80 years ago. It was signed by FDR. Cosmetic manufacturers can use any ingredients as long as they're not poisonous, decomposing, or unsanitary. That's it. The FDA has only banned 11 ingredients for being unsafe. And besides ingredients that color cosmetics, the FDA doesn't require any specific safety testing.
And this is exactly why I'm very glad that RFK Jr. is finna be over the FDA and it's finna hold their feet to the fire. Because in my opinion, the FDA has not been doing what they need to be doing. They're worried about making money. And that's it. They're not worried about the safety of the people. Because they knew that this dye was bad for years. And there's so many other food dyes that get put into our food, marketed to our children that they know are bad. But I'm gonna let them tell y'all. But shame on the FDA, in my opinion. Sad.
So why does this matter? While food and drug ingredients are more highly regulated, cosmetic ingredients are not. So it's up to us to find the products that are safe and those that may contain harmful ingredients. There's good news. We can totally do it, and I'm here for you every step of the way.
She is so excited about this mission. She here for y'all. Okay. U.S. regulators on Wednesday, which was yesterday, the 15th, banned the dye called Red number 3 from the nation's food supply. Nearly 35 years after it was barred from cosmetics because of potential cancer risk. Food and Drug Administration's officials granted a 2022 petition filed by 24 food safety and health advocates who urged the agency to revoke authorization for the substance that gives some candies, snack cakes, and maraschino cherries a bright red hue. 35 years after, they had to petition the FDA and have a whole bunch of people sign it, give it to them, and then they said, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna change it." Or did they know that RFJK Jr. was coming, and they said, "Oh, we gotta get up on our job. We gotta start doing stuff." What y'all think? Um, Angela said, "I heard that cosmetics, food, and pharmaceutical companies give free vacation trips and other perks to the FDA and Congress members." In my opinion, this is all allegedly because we don't got no proof, but I think Angela is correct here. I feel like everybody is working together, and that is to get money. And I hope that we have a federal audit because I feel like there's a lot of fishy stuff going on at the top, and I think everybody's kind of fed up. And we talked about this yet, not yesterday, but 2 days ago. We talked about the LA wildfires and who we think is responsible. And this goes back into what Angela is saying. There's a lot of shady stuff going on up top. And we are definitely feeling the effects of it as people. And so, 35 years ago, they banned Red 3 food dye from cosmetics, but we were allowed to ingest it. Companies were allowed to put it into their food. And here we are in 2025, and it's just being banned. And they knew about this 35 years ago. So who do you guys feel is a criminal here? Because they love to call people out, call people criminals and thugs. But in my opinion, and this is all allegedly, I feel like they the criminals. They just be more sophisticated about it and they hide behind their suits and all that stuff. But the fact that we were allowed to ingest this and for it to be put into our food, but we couldn't put it on our face, make it make sense. It don't make no sense to me. And I feel like they are definitely working together. Definitely a whole bunch of shady stuff going on. A lot of kickbacks and perks being given to those people. And it is a shame what people will trade for money. But yes, they had to petition in 2022. And here we are in 2025, and it's just getting banned days before Trump is inaugurated, and he taps RFK Jr. Let me go look something up real quick. So I think RFK Jr. is going to be the Attorney General, but I'm not sure if that's the right name. So let me do some research real quick. Okay, so Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. Okay, so I had it wrong. I was saying Attorney General. He's going to be the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. So 4 days or 5 days before RFK Jr. gets into office or gets tapped as the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, the FDA is going to ban red number 3, food dye. So they know they've been foul. They know they've been foul, and they know the real boss is, or a boss is finna get into office who is not being bought by money in that aspect. I'm curious to see if we are going to see more dyes being banned, and I hope that we do, because what is going on will affect our children. But let me get into the video, y'all. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot to unpack. Follow along, watch it, and hit the like button. It's a lot going on. Okay, I got another little article to read, y'all. Let me just do something real quick. But the FDA knows what's going to happen. And so now they're getting proactive about it. But why did they allow this red number 3 to be used years after it was banned for the cosmetics? What type of sense do that make? So CBS Mornings, last year, December on the 17th, they were talking about this red number 3 dye on their show. So food safety advocates have pushed for decades to outlaw red number 3, an artificial dye linked to potential cancer risk. California will be the first state to restrict its use in food starting in 2027. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Sealing counterweighs in. And I have that video here for you guys, so we're going to get right into it. But California, y'all already know how we feel about California right now. We don't want to hear nothing they got to say. We don't want to hear nothing they got to say. They're in hot water right now. Shame, shame, shame.
So red dye number 3 is made out of petroleum. It's what gives that bright cherry red color to a lot of foods, candies, etc. What we've seen is mounting health data as well as legislative action. So, for example, California, as well as other states, are looking to ban red dye number 3. What are some of the health concerns? There seems to be an increased risk, at least in rats, of thyroid cancer. We also see an association with hyperactivity in kids. And now you have scientists, consumer protection groups, food safety groups that have petitioned the FDA to withdraw their approval for red dye number 3. And the FDA is expected to act sometime in the next couple of weeks. This has been banned in cosmetics and topical medications since 1990. It is still in food.
He said, "What? Y'all hear him? He had no idea about none of this. See, you can tell the difference between like real shock and fake shock." He said, "What? Let me slide that back so we can play it again." 'Cause that's what I said. What? I did not know any of this until I researched this. So thank God for the internet these days, and the information knowledge is out there. There's so much to learn that we just don't even know everything. There's no way to know everything. But he said, "What?"
Petitioned the FDA to withdraw their approval for red dye number 3, and the FDA is expected to act sometime in the next couple of weeks. This has been banned in cosmetics and topical medications since 1990. It is still in food and medications you take by mouth.
So you can't put it on your skin, but you can ingest it?
Which is really bizarre, right?
What?
But at the same, so
He is in total disbelief. So are we, bro, because it don't make no sense to me. Um, I think that this goes back to what Angela said. Like, somebody had to give you some type of kickback for you to allow something so bizarre that we can't put it on our face, but we can ingest it and eat it. Yeah, I think somebody needs to like get in trouble. Somebody needs to resign. They need to do some research. They need to do an audit, see where the money's coming from, because there's no way that you would allow something that makes no sense like this. There's just no way.
So going back to, what is the data? So in male rats specifically, we've seen an increased risk in thyroid cancer. In kids, and this is data from Britain from about 15, 20 years ago, as well as more recent data from California.
You hear that? 15 years ago, they found this out. They did the study in rats. You know, they do animal testing 15 years ago. Like, why? The US is really behind in this subject as far as these dyes. But why have they allowed us to continue to consume these dyes? Why? That's the question I have. Why?
From 2021 showing an association between these kinds of synthetic dyes and hyperactivity disorders in kids.
And you know, these kids is bad these days, so maybe that do got something to do with it. Okay, so that was last year, December. Now we're gonna hop to the now. We went back into the past. We went back and talked about 1938. I think it was 1953 or 58, one of those years. So now we're gonna hop to the present day. On January 15th, the FDA revoked the authorization for the use of red number 3 in food and drugs. And so during this live stream that I did, hold on, y'all. Because I just dropped the link so I know it's in here. Okay, so during this live stream, we talked about some of the changes that Trump was going to make in 2025, especially when he was going to tap RFK Jr. to be his Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. So he is going to be over the FDA. And RFK Jr. was already talking about making some major changes to the FDA and to fast food and making our foods healthier to eat. So, 5 days before Trump gets inaugurated, RFK gets tapped and going to be over the FDA. The FDA decides to ban red number 3 food dye in food and drugs when in 1935 it was banned from the cosmetics. Does this not seem kind of fishy? Does this not seem kind of weird? So we gonna be here at 907 Goodies and we ain't letting up on them because we gonna talk about it. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna get into it. Um, Y'all, we gotta pay attention to the food. I keep trying to tell y'all food again. There's a lot of fishy business going on around here. What took them so long? What took them so long? They been knew about this red dye. And there's so many other dyes that are harmful. So, is this going to be a domino effect? And are we going to see more food dyes being banned now? Now that RFK Jr. is going to get tapped and be over them. So, whoever was there before, in my opinion, and back to what Angela said, and I'm gonna save this comment because it was just so perfect. But back to what Angela said. Was everybody in cahoots and was everybody working together before? So what changed? So here we go, y'all.
The FDA has
Crazy
just banned the food
story.
dye Red 3, saying that they found evidence that it causes an increased risk of cancer. So you're probably wondering, well, what foods will this affect? Well, the answer is basically every single candy and cereal has the food dye Red 3 to artificially change the color of it. So does that mean your favorite foods and candies are going to be banned in the US?
Y'all see these cookies back here? They got red number 3 dye in them. Everybody gotta change their recipe. Our food is not gonna be this vibrant color, but who cares? We ain't gonna be getting sick like this no more. We're gonna be healthier. So in my opinion, it's worth it. Yeah. Yep, Angela. I hope he does too. And she said, I hope that he bans more chemicals in our products. Yeah, me too. And I'm so glad that somebody lit the fire under the FDA because, in my opinion, and allegedly, they have been slipping and they've been getting them pushbacks and they ain't been doing their jobs. So I hope more gets banned, and I hope some of them even lose their jobs. We don't want people to go hungry. We don't want people to be homeless. But if you are in a role like this, and we can clearly see that you're not doing your job, you don't deserve to be there. Now, I'm not saying you need to live a miserable life. I'm just saying you don't need to be in this role because you're more concerned about money. And it's like, how much money do you need? And maybe I feel that way because I'm not rich. I don't know. But let's
Well,
get back
first, you should
into it.
consider following me to stay up to date with the latest news. And second, no, the companies have until 2027 to remove Red 3 from all their foods. And on top of that, Red 3's already been banned for a while in other countries like Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and all of those places still have your favorite candies. They just manufacture them with natural food dyes rather than artificial ones.
This makes me so mad because other countries already have banned these dyes and they still have our foods. So, going back to what Angela said, what was stopping them from making a change? Because everybody is working together, in my opinion, and allegedly to keep us sick. They want us to get sick so we can go to the hospital, so that we can be on medications for the rest of our lives. And y'all see what's going on with these insurance companies? Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention to what's really going on out here. So let's get back into it.
Now, personally, I think this is a great change because if there's any concern that it might cause cancer, I think it's a smart idea to say, hey, let's use something else. Well, that's my opinion.
FDA today banning a controversial red dye found in.
Okay, one thing I will say is that that study was done in rats, not in humans. But in my opinion, I don't care. If you did the study on mooses, horses, pigs, anybody, and they cause cancer, well, then if it caused cancer for them, I don't need to have it as a human. I don't care who they did the study on. If it caused cancer, it caused cancer in my mind. But I'm not a scientist. This is all allegedly. I'm just saying how I feel about it personally.
so many foods sold in the U.S., citing a risk of cancer. Ann Thompson is with us. Ann, why red dye?
Well, Lester, this red dye is red dye number 3, and it's what makes maraschino cherries, strawberry milkshakes, candies, and many other food products a color so appealing you just can't resist. Well, the FDA says no more. It is banning the synthetic dye made from petroleum because of 2 studies that showed high levels caused cancer in male rats.
Confetti Pop-Tarts. Nesquik.
I had no idea that maraschino cherries got their red color from a dye. I would be curious to learn how they put the dye in the cherries. Like, how does that work? These are some of the products um that have the red number 3 dye in them, which was strawberry milk. I didn't catch the first item. Okay, let me just play this back. But let's get into it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support the channel. You can send a super chat with your thoughts, stars on Facebook, hit the cash app. We got PayPal, but this is absolutely insane. And I'm gonna let you guys know that this ban, when it was announced yesterday on the 15th of January, we are here on the 16th of January with all the stories, with the facts and the history
That showed high levels caused cancer in male rats.
Confetti Pop-Tarts. Nesquik strawberry milk, and even Double Bubble all get that bright red color. It's called Red 3, and soon it's going away. Over 9,000 other items have it too, like candy, cereals, and even cherries in fruit cocktails. The FDA just announced they're banning the synthetic dye over concerns about its link to cancer in male rats. But advocates have been wanting it out of our food for years. The dye was actually banned for use in cosmetics in the early 90s, and California actually banned it from food. You may remember the so-called Skittles ban, which was about this.
Do y'all remember that? And Angela said, we don't really need artificial colors or flavors. Exactly. We don't need that, and it's not necessary. But in my opinion, these companies want to be able to sell to kids. So what do you do for children? You make the colors bright so that they can sell more. But you know what? In the Bible, it says, I believe that it says, money is the root of all evil. Like, come on now. Y'all are so worried about making money and not nothing else. But let me go back to the Skittles part. But I remember the Skittles ban, and California thought they was gonna be slick and they was gonna ban the food dye for them, but everybody else they said we don't care. And Angela's right, we don't even need artificial colors. And yes, I remember the Skittles ban. But the maraschino cherries, I wonder how they get the dye in them.
To cancer in male rats, but advocates have been wanting it out of our food for years. The dye was actually banned for use in cosmetics in the early 90s, and California actually banned it from food. You may remember this.
Okay, the Skittles ban. California was trying to say, we don't want red number 3 dye just in our food. Where is the ban for the whole country? And not just the state, but the whole country. Like, but see, that's why the FDA, we need to get some answers from them because you guys are responsible for making sure the food is safe to eat and safe to consume. And you guys knew about this since the early 1900s, or since, the cosmetic ban 1935, and then the clause in 1958 or 53, and you guys did nothing. So with that being said, we need to hear some answers from y'all, like something. Okay, let me go back to the right spot. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go back a little bit.
Milk, and even Double Bubble all get that bright red color. It's called Red 3, and soon It's going away. Over 9,000 other items have it too, like candy, cereals, and even cherries in fruit cocktails. The FDA just announced they're banning the synthetic dye over concerns about its link to cancer in male rats. But advocates have been wanting it out of our food for years. The dye was actually banned for use in cosmetics in the early 90s, and California actually banned it from food. You may remember the so-called Skittles ban, which was about this dye and other additives as well. Other brands have since subbed in another dye called Red 40. Now, food companies will have until
What's going on? Next level. This is your subject right here. I know that you have already heard about it. The FDA just banned red number 3 food dye. And so I put some clips together, some videos, news articles, and we are going to go back and really take a deep dive into this. And shockingly enough, this dye has been around for years, decades. And they are just now banning it, which I think is so shady. So we're gonna call them out. But what's up next level? Feel free to drop your link in the chat. And then if anybody wants to come up, let me know and I'll drop the link for you. If you do come up, you're gonna have to come up on the YouTube side. And shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Facebook. And you know what? Next level knows a lot about food, is a vegan. He was actually the first person that informed me about Skittles and let me know that some of the foods that we eat are banned around the world. I did not know this until I started 907 Good Eats, but now that I have this platform and that we are here, I'm going to share information with you guys because you may not know some of these things because I'm just learning some of these things for the first time. And I love food. I cook all the time. I had no idea. Next level says stay away from the red dye. Remember, red dye is linked to cancer, which has been confirmed in rats. So, and I'll say this. We all know somebody who is sick. We know a lot of people that are sick. Let's just be honest here. You know, the world that we live in, I feel it's like a lot of people are getting sick. And in my opinion, and allegedly, it all goes back to the food. That's just how I feel. Food is the common denominator. We're always eating. We're all, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody eats food. So if everybody's getting sick, y'all better pay attention out here. And get you a friend like Next Level to keep you updated. And as I said, these companies and lobbyists are giving money to politicians, campaigns, and other perks. Have to. They have to. Because this was banned from cosmetics in the early 1900s. And here we are in 2025, 5 days before RFK Jr. is tapped as the Secretary of the Department of Health and hold on, y'all. The Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. But everything that we're discussing here is not new information. We just didn't know about it. But the FDA knew about it, and I feel like Angela's exactly right. There's a lot of fishy business going on at the top. A lot of people are in cahoots. In my opinion, I feel like the FDA, pharmaceutical, the health industry are in cahoots. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, and many of you guys don't know this. I am Chef Big Bank, but I have worked in the medical field, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. We can just so not only am I in the food industry, I have worked in the medical field. I know the inside on how these companies work. I've seen how the doctors work. So, and next level said, it's so many foods that's banned in other countries but allowed in the US. And ask yourself why. Why are they allowing these foods that are banned? Not just that people don't choose to eat them, they're banned. That means don't even bring them around here. But I think everybody working together, in my opinion, and that's we got trust issues out here. We can't trust nobody. You know, it's if somebody said they got trust issues, I'm like, look, I don't blame you. Because in my opinion, and allegedly, I feel like the government out to get us. So of course we got trust issues. Mm-hmm. Yep. They be like, how can we make it sicker? How can we get the American people sicker so they can run up to the doctor and get these expensive pills? In my opinion, allegedly. Y'all, next level said FDA and Big Pharma goes hand in hand. One day I was picking up a prescription for my daughter. I think she had an ear infection. And as I was standing in the pharmacy, right, I just started looking at all the medication on the shelves. And I was like, there's $1 million in here right now. Do you know how much medication costs? So when you're standing in the pharmacy, millions of dollars just on the shelves. That doesn't even include the warehouse where they are making and storing these drugs. But I understand that some of us do need medications for certain things. But I also feel like, in my opinion, allegedly, that a lot of overprescribing goes on. But I would just stand in the pharmacy and just think about how much money is on the shelves. And you ask yourself, do I think that the FDA and Big Pharma is in cahoots? Y'all better pay attention out here. Let me. And next level said FDA allows the food to get us sick just so Big Pharma can give us medication to treat us. And that's a key word, treat. Not cure, but treat. That means that they're going to keep you stable so that you can continue to need medication. There are no cures. They don't want to give you healthy remedies. They want to get you on the pills, allegedly, and in my opinion. But I understand that sometimes it is necessary. I'm just saying it's in my mind, it's all a game. But 5 days before Trump is inaugurated and RFK Jr. is going to be over the FDA after more than 80 years of them knowing about red number 3 food dye, they ban it. What changed? What changed? Y'all let me know in the chat in the comment section. And Angela said, in the US, capitalism making profits trumps the health of citizens. So very sad, but so true. And if you really think about it, America is a business. Let's just keep it real here. We are the business. Everybody working together. And I hope they get audited. I hope we see more food dyes get banned. And I hope we start holding people's feet to the fire and holding people accountable. Because we need to remember money is the root of all evil. And next level said in the 90s, the US promoted healthy eating and living, but now healthy eating and living is seen as abnormal. When did it become okay for everybody to be unhealthy? And you guys remember they used to have that My Plate where it would show you how your plate should be set up. Oh, another thing that Tom Homan is the immigration person. He's about to get the deportation force going. But I keep thinking about him. I'm thinking of RFK Jr. One of the things that he was talking about doing is changing fast food and how we eat and making things healthier for people. And so, you know what? I know some of y'all don't like Trump. That's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, we're all Americans and we all need to be hoping for the best, no matter who gets elected. No matter if it was Biden or Kamala, we need to be hoping for the best. That's all we can do. But he's gonna make some big changes at the FDA, and we're gonna be here reporting on it. Let's get back into the video.
January 2027 to pull this dye from their products, and drug makers will have another year after that.
To be honest with you guys, until yesterday, I didn't really realize that they put dye into the medications. I don't know, it just seems crazy. Like, you're using this medicine to treat people and you got dyes in it. Man. And Angela, I do agree with you on that. I do like RFK Jr.'s agenda and goals. He wants to change around what our fries are fried in at fast food, change it back to tallow fat. He wants to get rid of some of the food dyes. He wants to ban those. And there's just a lot of changes that he wants to make. And I do like the changes that he wants to make. And we got to think about our children. Okay, so I got some comments here. Someone said, "What about red for number 40?" And the fact that these food dyes are not just like red dye, blue dye, yellow dye. They have numbers behind it. That don't seem right to me. And then someone said, Joey said, giving 2 full years to make a change is ridiculous. I do wish that the ban would have been a little bit sooner, like it would have went into effect in like 2026, but at least we got a ban. It should have took all this time, but it did. And Optimus, or they got a funny screen name. They said, but not Red 40. But I believe that with RFK Jr., we are going to see more food dye bans. We're gonna see more, in my opinion. And someone said, "What about 40 or yellow 5, 6?" Yeah, you know what? I just think take them all away. I'm cool with our food looking bland. I'm cool with it. And shout out to Liliana in the building. What is going on? What is going on? If you guys are on YouTube, check out her YouTube channel. She just made it to 1,000 subscribers, and she is just cooking, playing with her kids. She does Hangman and so many other great things on her channel. Make sure y'all check it out. And next level said people used to grow their own fruits and vegetables in a major way until 1965 when they came with the Beautification Act that limits people on growing foods on their own property. I have never heard of that. I will have to look into that. Next Level just has so much information and so much knowledge. And I really love it when you guys share your education with me because these are things that, everyday Americans or everyday people may not know, but are so important. So important. But I believe you because even you guys know I live in Alaska and what they have been doing, I don't know how long. I gotta do more research on this, but now you have to have license or permits to go fishing, and they limit the amount of fish that you can catch. So a lot of people, and this is all allegedly, a lot of people in the village that grew up hunting and fishing, there is a lot of rules and regulations on the hunting and fishing now. And what I believe is that they limited the amount of fish you can catch, the amount of hunting, you gotta have permits now because they don't want you to go out here and catch your own food. They want you to eat their food. And so now you gotta pay to have a license and a permit to even be able to hunt or fish. So the people in the villages who are used to that way of life have had a hard time. It's just a lot going on with the food, y'all.
Red dye number 3, also known as erythrocin, has been prohibited in cosmetics and topical drugs since 1990 due to its carcinogenic properties.
But yeah, we can eat it.
Yeah, except we are ingesting it. Despite this, it remains prevalent in the food industry, incorporated into nearly 3,000 food products in the US.
Make that make sense.
Make that make sense, exactly.
But y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and join the channel. So she pretty much was saying the same thing we're saying. What kind of sense do this make? Who's getting paid here? Who's getting a kickback, pushback? And because this don't make no sense. How can we not put it on our face? But we are allowed to eat it, ingest it, and put it into our foods. Does that make sense to y'all? And like, that's crazy. So I feel like Next Level and Angela said, they working together and everybody's in cahoots. Because if they know that this dye can potentially cause cancer, why allow it to be put in the foods? Unless, in my opinion and allegedly, unless you want people to get sick and go to the hospital and get on these $1,000 prescriptions that won't cure them, but will treat them. So do they want to keep people sick? I want to live in a world where we are not looking at other people to be sick for our gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that too much to ask? Why we can't live in a world with good people? And Angela said exactly 907. The government don't want us to live off the earth. They sure don't. And Next Level brought up a good point. They're making it hard to hunt and fish. They're making it hard to grow your own produce. Because honestly, Foodie Gang, we could live off the land. But they have put us into the situation where now we need them and now we have to pay them to use the land or to even, and then they say this. Well, if everybody hunts and everybody fishes, then there ain't gonna be no fish left. No, if y'all start taking all these fishes and trying to sell them back to us, there will be fish for us to fish. But y'all hit the like button whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And Next Level said in 1920, Edward Barney created the breakfast concept of do you mean bacon and eggs? Just so meat companies can make more profit. Yeah, he means bacon and eggs. That's another thing. There is a lot that goes behind the scenes for the food and for the restaurant industry. And just know that everything is kind of created to increase profits. This is a side note, but I was watching Bar Rescue. I think it's called Bar Rescue with I know his name is John, but I don't remember his last name. And he was revamping the restaurant, right? And the height of the tables is specifically placed at a certain level so people will sit there and order more food. I mean, they plan everything out. And Next Level said that they created bacon and eggs just so that they could sell more meat. I believe that. I believe that. And then you know what they did? They started cloning the pigs. But y'all do your research out there. Oh, okay. Next Level got the name. It's John Tapper on Bar Rescue. That's my show right there. But he was helping them remodel their restaurant, and every piece that they touched had something to do with customers spending more money, even the height of the tables. And even when you work in a restaurant, they call it the flow of the kitchen. The flow of the kitchen means how the kitchen is set up to be more efficient. All of it is so that they can make more money, which is understandable if you have a restaurant. But if you're working for the FDA, that's foul, in my opinion. And Angela said, "Wow, I didn't know that Next Level." See, that's why when you come to 907 Good Eats, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something that you never knew before, and we gonna get into the facts. We're teaching people out here, teaching you, showing y'all recipes, teaching y'all the history of food. We are gonna be learning, and we are gonna be getting into it. And we got Poppy Blanco in the building. What's up, Poppy? Poppy, we doing okay. We doing okay. We're talking about the FDA's ban on red number three food dye that was announced yesterday. And so we're talking about the history of food, the history of dyes, and all of that. Um, y'all make sure y'all show Poppy some love in the chat. But let's get back into it.
Just read this. U.S. bans popular red dye from foods 35 years after it was banned in cosmetics. If it wasn't safe for us to put on our face, what made y'all think we could eat it? Y'all knew we couldn't eat it. It's crazy because this dye alone, a whole bunch of other dyes have been linked to so many different health issues, and America just been like, yeah, fine. It's okay. Y'all can eat it. It's okay. Most of our stuff is banned in other countries, bro. At this point, don't eat nothing red. Don't eat nothing blue. Don't eat nothing. Make us sick. Make money off.
What lies did he tell? He telling the truth. He telling the truth. And he said, what sense do this make? What sense does it make? Somebody had to be getting paid somewhere. They was like, hey, let me pay you this money real quick, and you gonna let this dye go through that we know causes cancer. We're gonna send these people to the hospital and we all gonna get money. This is all allegedly, but I think the conversation went something like that. Um, yes, Poppy, today is a better day than yesterday because red number three dye was banned. The ban will not go into effect into 2027, but we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere.
Of it. And it's not even just us, it's the kids too. Like, these dyes are linked to autism, behavioral problems, all types of stuff. Don't give your kids no Fruit Loops, no Kool-Aid, no Caprice. Don't give them none of that stuff, yo. Like,
Did you guys hear what he said? He said Kool-Aid. How many of us grew up drinking Kool-Aid? Let me know in the chat if you ever had Kool-Aid before. Was Kool-Aid not red, blue, green, and colors that popped? Who drinks Kool-Aid? Our people. Because we ain't got that much money. Let me play this back again so we can hear what he's talking about one more time. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Just read this. U.S. bans popular red dye from foods 35 years after it was banned in cosmetics. If it wasn't safe for us to put on our face, what made y'all think we could eat it? Y'all knew we couldn't eat it. It's crazy because this dye, along with a whole bunch of other dyes, have been linked to so many different health issues, and America just been like, yeah, fine. It's okay. Y'all can eat it. It's okay. Most of our stuff is banned in other countries, bro. At this point, don't eat nothing red. Don't eat nothing blue. Don't eat nothing. Make us sick. Make money off of it. And it's not even just us, it's the kids too. Like, these dyes are linked to autism, behavioral problems, all types of stuff. Don't give your kids no Fruit Loops, no Kool-Aid, no Caprice. Don't give them none of that stuff, yo. Like,
He is absolutely right. And when I was younger and I was drinking Kool-Aid, I never even thought anything of the color. I never thought anything of it. And Angela said, yes, I grew up on Kool-Aid. I now drink 100% juice, sometimes occasionally fall off the wagon and have a Pepsi. Somebody asked me, I believe it was Jehanda. Jehanda asked me, I think it was him. Somebody asked me if I had Kool-Aid. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even really drink Kool-Aid anymore, and I'm glad I don't. And then I know so many people that have been sick and they eat some of the foods that he mentioned. And so I wonder if that has something to do with it. So here we go with some more comments. What about Red 40 or all other petroleum dyes? And York is saying what we saying. He says, screw the FDA. They knew this was a problem and sold it to us anyway. Damn rats. Y'all, this is why I love reading the comment section, because the comment section be lit. I always read the comments wherever I go. But he's absolutely right. The FDA knew this was a problem and sold it to us anyway. And we think, well, I'm pretty sure of why they did it, and that was to line their pockets. And Kurt said, after how many years? Just crazy. Oh, okay. And Meta said, so just like that, all of a sudden they are doing their job. I wonder what is going to happen, or I wonder what is going to happen soon. And you know what's going to happen? RFK Jr. is coming to be their boss. So they have to do their job now. He is not playing that. And I do like his agenda, and I'm so glad he coming into office because these type of things should not be allowed to go on, and it's a shame that it does. So let's get back into the
So
video.
it's official, red dye number 3. It's been banned in the US. I've got some thoughts and I'm going to share those with you today. So here's the deal. This dye has been on the FDA's radar for years. Back in the 90s, it was banned from our cosmetics because studies linked it to cancer in lab animals. Yet somehow it did not get pulled from our food system. Now the FDA is finally doing that and pulling it from our food and from ingested drugs, all by 2027. And they're citing those same concerns from the original studies in the 90s. On one side, you have consumer advocates that are thrilled. They're like, yes, this is the necessary step toward removing more harmful additives from our food supply. We got to clean things up. America's unhealthy. On the other side, you've got these people that are arguing the amount of red dye number 3 that we're consuming is so small that it doesn't pose a real threat to human health. And maybe they're right. Listen, I've got another video where I dive deeper into my personal thoughts on artificial dyes. I'm allowed to have my stance, you're allowed to have your stance, but I have noticed that the people that are saying we're not eating enough of those things to take them out completely, these are the same people who just preach not to do an all or nothing approach, which I agree with. But now they're super upset that we're pulling one ingredient, a small step, They're saying it's not going to make a big enough difference to our public.
Well, go ahead and ban it and let us find out if it makes a difference. If y'all are saying there's not enough red number 3 dye to make a difference, well, let us find out. Go ahead and ban them, and why don't you ban all the other ones so then we can really tell if it's gonna make a difference, and stop trying to tell us it's not gonna make a difference. Well, then if it don't make a difference, then y'all don't even need it then, because it clearly isn't that important then, right? Okay. So, like I said, ban all the dyes. I hope that this is the first of many in this situation. And I hope that the future looks brighter for us and for Americans and for our children.
Health. And yeah, maybe they're right. Pulling one ingredient won't, but we have to start somewhere. We have to take small steps. And isn't calling a small step not big enough, or it's not going to do anything, extremely hypocritical when you're talking about not being all or nothing? For me, this ban feels like a
Angela brought up a really great point, and she said, I take more than 8 medications, and the pills are all different colors. So I'm concerned. If they remove the colors, you still can read the numbers coded on each pill. And my stepmom, who, passed away recently, bless her heart, and also my father, they took a lot of medication daily. It would be like a cocktail of pills, all different colors. And I never knew that they were putting food dyes in the pills. So it makes me question it makes me question it. I didn't know about putting food dyes in medication. That is something I just learned yesterday. I just assumed, I never thought anything of it. And so I think that your concerns are definitely valid, Angela. But consult with your doctor before discontinuing or continuing, or, before discontinuing your medication. I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice in any way. I'm just here to report on what's going on. And hey, Ralph, how are you doing? Ralph said, hi, Foodie Gang, hi, Chef. Only got a second. I hit that like for sure. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Definitely appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Ralph's YouTube channel. Um, Shout out to y'all. I love it when you guys stop by. Even if it's for a moment, say hey. I really, really appreciate it. We are just talking about the real reason behind the FDA's ban on red number 3 food dye. And we think a lot of that had to do with RFK Jr. becoming their new boss on January 20th. So, but yes, Angela, talk to your doctor before discontinuing any of your medications, because I don't want anybody to get sick out here or more sick than we already are because of the FDA. So I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. I am just raising some questions and sharing with you guys what I have learned about red number 3 food dye. And Ralph said, great content. Thanks for sharing. Talk to you later. Thank you so much, Ralph. And Ralph was here during the Christmas marathon, the Thanksgiving marathon, and so many of my other cooking episodes. I do most of my show on YouTube. So if you're interested in recipes, check out my YouTube channel. Turn those notification bells on so that you can make make it to some of my cooking content. I'm cooking live. So when you see those pictures that I post, there is videos that correspond to those pictures.
shift in the right direction. Sure, it's just one dye. But like, isn't that the point of progress? We're taking small, reasonable steps instead of swinging the pendulum and just banning processed foods outright. Yeah, I agree. We're consuming way too much of processed foods. And the only real argument that you have for keeping red dye in your food is that it makes it look more appealing. And come on, guys, we don't need it to be more appealing. We're already eating way too much of it. That's marketing. That's not about health. So if this takes away a little bit of the curb appeal of processed food, doesn't that make this just a small win? Isn't that what we're after? Not swinging things all or nothing. We're supposed to be about small steps, right? That is what is going to make lasting change. We all know this, and that's why we're fighting for this. So I find it a little bit hypocritical to be so bent out of shape about something that you admit is just a tiny piece of the equation. You seem to be missing the memo about small steps and not all or nothing. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think about banning one ingredient like red dye number 3 means? Do you think
I feel like she is right. We have to start somewhere. And Angela said, I'll stay on my meds. I'm hoping RFK Jr. makes big changes. Me too. I think it's time. And I think we've kind of gotten to a place where it's like, all right, changes need to be met or need to be made because we cannot continue on how we are. And I get it, everyone wants to make money or whatever, but to do that and to take down your own people allegedly or make your own people sick, that is just so foul in my opinion. Like just what happened to looking out for each other? Looking out for our neighbors, looking out for our friends.
it matters? Do you think it's a step in the right direction, or do you think that this is ridiculous? I don't know. Give me your thoughts. I'm not here to tell you how to think. I'm here to start a conversation.
California is the first state to ban red dye number 3 for food products. It was banned for cosmetic products back in 1990, but this food law is going to go into effect in 2027. So what does this mean for brands? Obviously, a lot of candy and strawberry flavored things have red dye number 3, but there's also things like saffron yellow rice and Dole fruit packs. There are
What? Okay, so I paused this so that we can look at this list. I didn't know that saffron rice had red number 3 dye in it. Okay, so she said Peeps, Hostess Ding Dongs, Betty Crocker Fruit by the Foot, Double Bubble Chewing Gum, Enterman's Little Bites. I think those are those little donuts. Vigo Saffron Yellow Rice, Pediasure. Wow. Pediasure is like with the stuff that they make for the babies. That's crazy. Pediasure drink strawberry shake, Dole fruit snack or fruit packs, Branches candy corn, Jelly Belly candy, Crowley sour crunchy. I can't read the rest of it because she's blocking it. Wow. All these products have this dye in there. And we have probably all consumed something from this list. Dippin' Dots cotton candy, Duncan Hines deliciously moist cake, Yoo-hoo, or I think it's Yoo-hoo, strawberry drink, and then the wafers. Wow, so a lot of foods have this dye in them. They're all gonna have to get a new recipe, but we don't really care that much. We want to be healthier as people, and that's the bottom line. So you guys have 2 years, which is a long time. Y'all see how many recipes I come out with every day or every week, every month? That is more than enough time. And then a lot of these companies, they have like a team of scientists, and it's not even chefs, it's scientists that make these foods. So you have a whole team. Y'all can figure out something. So we don't feel that bad for you.
So many brands that have this dye in it. Grocery stores require their vendors to comply with both federal and local laws, so they're gonna have to get rid of Red 3 if they want to keep selling in California, which, like, of course they do. Peeps has already committed to removing the dye, saying that only 2 of their flavors will have it by 2024, and then it'll be completely phased out.
And then don't try to remove number 3 and put number 40 in there. Cause I believe RFK Jr. is gonna ban that one too eventually.
Hot tamales have already been made without Red 3, so those will be available in stores soon. I also totally forgot hot tamales existed until I read this article. But how will customers react to these changes? Back in 2016, General Mills decided to remove artificial coloring from their Trix cereal, and it looked like this. They received so much backlash and negativity about this change, so the next year they reverted back to using artificial colors. For some reason, they also made the packaging for the natural version incredibly boring compared to what it was, so I'm sure that didn't help at all. So how do you think this is going to play out for brands as they start getting rid of Red 3? Will they have similar backlash as Trix? Or do you think by now and by 2027, customers will be ready to embrace?
We do not care. We do not care about y'all getting backlash. And look, you listen to Chef Big Bang. Y'all need to stop tripping about these colors. Because these colors allegedly be causing cancer. But we don't care. If the companies lose money, well then y'all had too much anyway. If people need to stop eating this stuff anyway, so we don't care. Figure it out. Get a new recipe. RFK Jr.'s coming for y'all. Y'all days is numbered. Y'all better get on with the healthy kick, okay?
Those natural versions of the products.
Okay, so we got some more comments here, but I get what she was saying is that they had a lot of backlash, and I was telling you guys this yesterday too. When I make salads or I make wraps, they don't do that well. But when I fry catfish and I make burgers, I get the most views on there on my YouTube channel. So I think we as people love bad food. Let's just be real here. And Joseph said, 2027, what a joke. And OA said, we're so behind. We are definitely behind. If a lot of these foods are banned in other places already, in other countries, we are definitely behind. And Dogman said, the government has known this for years. Yes, they sure have. They sure have. And we ain't gonna let them forget it. And Megan said, haven't we been screaming this for years? Exactly. And then y'all can try to come out here and say, oh, we got a lot of backlash, so we had to change back to using dyes. No, y'all started seeing y'all profits go down. That's what happened. Ooh, and the last comment brings up a good point. He said, or they said, but TikTok gets banned right away. They banned TikTok, or they're finna ban TikTok faster than they banned this red number 3. Why? Why have they been out to get TikTok, but they been letting this guy live in the foods? Shameful. They got it out for TikTok though. Y'all, hopefully they don't take TikTok away.
Red dye number 3 has been banned by the FDA as of today. I'm Dr. Hassan. Let's get into it. Red dye number 3 comes from petroleum. It's a byproduct, been around since 1907. However, just today, the FDA has ruled that it's illegal to put it into food. Interestingly enough, it has been banned from lipstick for a long time now, but was allowed in candy and sugar and those kind of things, which is weird. But not only that, this legislation actually bans red dye number 3 in 2027. Now, here's the critical information you need to know. Red dye number 3 has been implicated as carcinogenic in animal studies and rat studies. It has also been linked to hyperactivity and ADHD in kids. Not only that, red dye is synthetic. It comes from petroleum. It's a petroleum byproduct, which is insane, but a lot of things.
Definitely insane. That's another fact that I never knew. I never knew that it was a petroleum byproduct. And allegedly, there's a lot of petroleum byproducts that we use, and we gonna have to do a study on that. Angela said the companies have us addicted to poisonous food. Is that what it is? Um, and they have like you guys heard that this red dye has been around since the 1900s or the early 1900s. So we have had all that time to consume these foods and to eat the bad stuff. That Angela is right. At this point, we're all addicted. And that's what you see a lot with the childhood obesity, some of the adults. And I can't talk too much because I need to lose some weight too. But y'all, I be at home cooking. That's why I'm juicy. I don't even be eating fast food like that. I be at home cooking. So, but she's right. We are addicted to the sugar. We are addicted to the vibrant colors. Um, and so these companies are gonna have to change around their formulas, and also we are gonna have to retrain our minds that our food is gonna look a little bit more bland. We're not gonna be seeing these vibrant colors and all that stuff. And you know what? It's gonna be a change, but I feel that this is a change that needs to happen. Needs to happen.
Come from petroleum that we use and eat every single day. But with that being said, red dye can also affect your gastrointestinal health, can cause upset stomach, diarrhea, can cause GI symptoms. It hasn't even been studied with links to IBS. And me personally, I have cut out food coloring as much as I can. But with that being said, it's in everything. I don't know. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad they actually banned it. I would hope with the new administration coming in, they could get rid of some of the regulatory nonsense so we can figure out what's good for us and what's not good for us, and we can get rid of the things that are not good for us. I love you guys. What do you think about this? Was it long overdue? Are you in support? Do you like red lipstick? Love you all. See you on the next one.
Definitely long overdue. Long overdue. And honestly, we shouldn't even be here in 2025 talking about this. This should have happened years and years and years ago. And just a lot of stuff that's going on that's just super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. We are gonna go to the Foodie Gang infomercial. And then when we come back, we're gonna talk about everything that we learned and everything that we witnessed in the video when we come back. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to kind of like digest everything that we just talked about. Cause it was a lot. It was a lot. So I will see you guys after this message. Hey, Foodie Gang, welcome back, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to my kitchen. Thank you all so much for being here. And if you made it to this step, I'm gonna explain to you exactly what is going on. So, I have my new membership program. I am launching my membership program, and there are 3 different tiers: Foodie, The Gang, and Certified Foodie Gang. I am going to explain to you about each tier, and also the instructions and all the information is down below so you can check it out. So we are just going to start with the first tier, which is the foodie, and it is going to be $2.99. You are going to get loyalty badges next to your name to let everybody know how long you have been a foodie. You also have emojis to use in the chat that are designed by me, and I cannot wait until you guys see them and check them out. You're also going to have member only live chats, priority reply to comments. So that is the first tier. The second tier, which is the gang, will have all of the previous perks that we talked about, plus early access to new videos, member shout outs, photo and status updates, and members only live stream, plus the perks that we mentioned previously. Now, moving right along. Now we're on to the third tier, certified foodie gang. The third tier is going to have all of the previous perks from the first and the second tier, plus the third tier, which includes connecting on social media, members only cooking videos, member only shorts. This third tier is $19.99. So we have $2.99, $6.99 for the gang, $19.99 for the third tier. At any point in time, you can cancel, you can upgrade or downgrade depending on what you do, foodie gang. But the choice is really yours, and the flexibility is yours. I encourage you guys to join my membership program and go along on this journey with me at 907 Goodies so that you never miss a meal, a recipe, or a live stream going forward. So join the membership program, read all about it, and like I said, you can cancel at any point in time. But if you want to continue to cook with me and receive my recipes, become a member, join the membership program. And I am so excited for all of my Foodie Gang members to continue to enjoy my great content. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the membership or in the program. Thank you guys all for tuning in, Foodie Gang. Thank you guys so much for continued support of my channel and my cooking. Now, with all that being said, let's get started. Hey, Foodie Gang, welcome back, welcome back. You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank, and we have just been talking all about the real reason behind the FDA's ban on red number 3 food dye. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and join my group on Facebook. But it has been an action-packed show, and we're gonna go over some comments that I did save and I did highlight for us. So we saw a lot during the videos, and what we learned is that red number 3 dye has been around for a long time, and there is no reason why it was approved for us to eat if they banned it from cosmetics years and years ago. So it's a crazy world we live in. Okay, so some of the comments that we're gonna go over was Angela. She said, "I heard cosmetics, food, and pharmaceutical companies have gift-free vacation trips and other perks to the FDA and Congress." And you guys were here when we went over everything, and they have known about red number 3 dye for a long time. And they chose to ban it from cosmetics, but they chose to allow us to eat it and ingest it. So, Angela, in my opinion, you are correct. This is all allegedly, though. And she said, "I hope that he bans more chemicals in our more chemicals in our products." Very, very true. I hope a lot of changes come with this administration and go into effect. Angela also said these companies and lobbyists are giving money to politicians, campaigns, and other perks. Now, given everything that we discussed today, I completely agree with Angela, and I feel like there's just a lot of fishy business going on behind the scenes. Next level says, "Stay away from the red dye." Remember, red dye is linked to cancer. That study has not been conducted on humans, but has been conducted on rats, and they did develop cancer, thyroid issues, ADHD, and so many other things. He also said, "It's so many foods that's banned in other countries but allowed in the US." I don't know if you guys knew this, but I did not know this until recently. And this is absolutely true. A lot of things are banned in Europe and other countries that we allow in the US. And I am hoping that that will change soon and we start turning the corner. And I kind of feel like things are already looking up for us because we got one dye ban. But now we say, what about the others? In the US, capitalism makes profits, trumps, or in the US, capitalism making profits trumps the health of citizens. So sad, but I think that we all can agree on that, and we know someone who is sick. Next up is the FDA allows the food to get us sick just so Big Pharma and can give us medications to treat us. The key word here is treat, not cure. And when I worked in the medical field, I would have patients that would come in and they would say this to me. One patient said, "I'm on so many different medications. I don't even know what is helping and what is not helping anymore." And a lot of patients wouldn't even want to go on medication because they were already on so many other medications. But a lot of times when we go into the doctor, they don't really have time to sit down with us and talk to us about what everything is for and what's going on. Instead, they just give us a prescription and we go to the pharmacy and we go fill it. We don't really think about what's in that medication. He also said in 1920, Edward Barney created the concept of bacon and eggs just so meat companies could make more profit. I believe that one. Definitely believe that one. I definitely believe that one. And I do have merch available. Here is the website that I told you guys. I would be dropping that in the chat. So there is that link. So we are going to continue to report on what is going on with the food. We're going to continue to do our research, and I think the best thing that we can do right now is get educated and learn how to cook, learn how to make meals at home, try to save as much as we can. And, for right now, I think that's a good step. Cook at home, learn how to cook, um, and according to next level, stay away from red food dye. I did not notice that with that list of names that I showed you guys earlier, that there was so many things that had red number 3 in there. But it makes sense because when you go into the store, you're going to be attracted to what is most colorful. And for some of these companies to achieve that, they put a lot of food dye in their food, allegedly. Um, okay, y'all. Okay, so tomorrow I am going to be doing my Funky Fridays on 907 Good Eats. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. Okay, I am going to be cooking for the kiddos tomorrow, and I am going to start this new segment on Ava's Playtime where I do Funky Fridays with 907 Good Eats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go cook for the kids. So tomorrow I'm going to make lunch for the kids on Ava's Playtime. And then I will be coming back to 907 Good Eats. And I'm going to make G Honda's recipe for this shrimp spaghetti bake. So turn on notifications, subscribe to 907 Good Eats. On Saturday, we have the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast that we do every Saturday. Everyone is able to watch it, and this does take place on YouTube. Everyone is able to watch it, but only the members can can communicate in the chat. And we are going to be doing breakfast baked potato boats. I have not made these before, but they looked amazing. So that's going to be our Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. And then we have the Foodie Gang food panel here on Sunday, and we're going to do part 2 of the LA wildfires. We had part 1 the other day, and it was a great episode. You guys had asked for a part 2, so we're going to be doing that part 2 on Sunday, and then we're going to have Sunday dinner. I am still figuring it out what I'm going to cook for Sunday dinner, but we have an action-packed weekend, and Angela said, thanks everyone for watching this live today. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, and if you are watching this live on the replay, comment down below and let me know how you feel about this whole situation. And Angela said, that menu sounds good. Yes. Cooking for the kids. I'm making lunch for them. I'm gonna make cheese quesadilla. I have some orange slices. So yes, that'll be for the kids on Ava's Playtime. Then I'm gonna be coming back to 907 Goodies, and I'm gonna be making G Honda's recipe for shrimp spaghetti bake. So we're still working on the name. Actually, he called it Slap Yo Mama Shrimp Spaghetti. So it's actually called Slap Yo Mama. I forgot about the name, but I already made the thumbnail. I'm gonna be setting up that video later on today, and then Saturday, we have the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. We're gonna be making breakfast baked potato boats, and I'm looking over here because I have my notes over here. And then Sunday, we have the Foodie Gang food panel. We have part two of us talking about the LA wildfires. Angela is laughing. Yes. So let me pull up my thumbnail so I can make sure I'm saying it right. And I just made this thumbnail this morning, so I'm still learning the name. I said, so Gihanna gave me this recipe and during one of my lives, I was like, what do you want me to call it? Okay. He said, slap yo mama shrimp spaghetti. Okay. We're making that tomorrow. Slap yo mama shrimp spaghetti. I will be setting up that live stream today, and I will let you guys know what time that's gonna be at. But we are gonna be making G Honda's recipe, and it is slap yo mama shrimp spaghetti. I have never had it before. This is my first time making it, and G Honda gave me this recipe. I'm actually gonna pull up one of his comments. Yeah, so slap yo mama shrimp spaghetti. And y'all make sure y'all head over to his YouTube channel. Gihanna be having me rolling. Yes, that is the plan for the weekend. And then on Monday, we're gonna be on Ava's Playtime for Miracle Mondays with Chef Ava. So yeah, we got a lot going on over here at 907 Goodies and Ava's Playtime. We got a lot going on over here, making new content, gonna continue to grow both of these channels. But thank you to everybody that came through today. And after this video ends, leave a comment down below, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Um, I'm gonna get me some food before I gotta go run my little errands. But y'all, if you guys hear about any stories, feel free to send them to me on any of my social media platforms, or you can email me at chefbigbank@gmail if you hear about any stories, any food lawsuits. Go ahead and send me the information so I can do my research and break the topic down. But yeah, Foodie Gang, thank you to everyone so much for sliding on by. I am not going to be doing another live today, but I will be back tomorrow. We're doing one live on 907 Goodies and one live on Ava's Playtime. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Excuse me. I will see y'all tomorrow. Shout out to Angela and all the moderators for always, watching the chat. We don't get a lot of trolls when we do these regular live streams, but we do get a lot of trolls when I'm in the kitchen cooking and we're doing a vertical live stream on my phone. We get a lot of trolls. So shout out to all the moderators and shout out to all the moderators and the admins of the Facebook group, Foodie Gang fan page. Thank you guys for all the support and all that you guys do. Thank you so much for everyone working behind the scenes and always supporting. Shout out to all the members. And I actually want to do a special shout out before I get up out of here. Shout out to Casey for being a part of the gang on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of your support and all that you do. Always commenting down below. And if you would like an on air shout out, you can always join the channel on YouTube and receive so many great perks. And you get to hang out with us every Saturday, and we be having some great conversations on Saturday. But I'm gonna hit y'all with the outro, And I will see you guys in the next one. I am your host, and this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all on the next one. Foodie gang, gang, gang. 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 This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't